Confusion and gunshots continue as people ran for cover.
Tonight, Congressman Steve Scalise is in critical condition. A staffer and a lobbyist also wounded, along with 2 Capitol Police officers. The gunman killed in a shootout with police, and his social media is revealing clues to a possible motive.
We have team coverage of the attack. Let's start with Conybeare live in Alexandria, Virginia for us. Brian.
Well, Christine and Maurice, much of the neighborhood here is still sealed off as police and the FBI continue to gather evidence. That baseball field right behind me, known as Simpson Stadium, was full of congressmen, their aides, even some of their children when it turned into a war zone by a deranged man apparently determined to target Republican lawmakers.
Because I did have an interaction with someone in the parking lot who asked me if the team practicing was a Democrat or a Republican team. I told him they were Republicans. He said, "Okay, thanks."
As Representative Jeff Duncan got in his car and left the baseball field, it's believed 66-year-old James T. Hodgkinson grabbed an assault rifle like this one and headed to the Diamond, where the Republican congressmen were practicing for tomorrow's charity game.
I started to get up, and somebody in the dugout said, "Get down."
House Majority Whip Steve Scalise was hit, then carried off by stretcher to a waiting medevac. Marty Lavore, who's photographed these annual practices for 30 years, was there again this morning when dozens of shots rang out. Shocking the quiet neighborhood. A bullet hole could be seen in the window of a nearby YMCA.
He continued shooting, and the Capitol Police, who only had handguns, went in pursuit of him.
Scalise had been playing second base, then crawled, bleeding, to the outfield. Senator Jeff Flake was there.
I got Steve Scalise's phone and called his wife, and I just didn't want her to wake up and hear the news.
And Steve, I want you to know that you have the prayers not only of the entire city behind you, but of an entire nation and, frankly, the entire world.
Speaking earlier today, President Trump said America is praying for all of the victims, including the congressman.
For this person to take this action was so cowardly.
As word of the shooting spread across the Capitol, reaction from both sides of the political aisle was about unity.
An attack on one of us is an attack on all of us.
House Speaker Paul Ryan received a standing ovation as he spoke to lawmakers who went to the House chamber as a show of support.
For all the noise and all the fury, we are one family.
Dylan Lee, who regularly walks her dog by the ball field, says what happened here this morning is a horrible example of just how divided the country has become.
I think we just need to start coming together and trying to mend our differences.
Which may simply start with the game that Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi insists will be played tomorrow.
So tomorrow we'll go out on the field and we will use this occasion as one that brings us together and not separates us further.
The game will be played right across the Potomac River at Washington Nationals Stadium, the Major League ballpark, under very tight security. Here in this neighborhood right now, people are coming home from work, picking up their children at nearby schools, and all wondering how this could happen here. Reporting from Alexandria, Virginia, Brian Conybeare, CBS 2 News.